What's up, people? It's time for some more Ultimate Legends. I'm coming with it, man. It's a new year. I'm trying to hit people off of what they want. Chet Walker. Probably saying, who in the world is Chet Walker? Was modeled after the 69-70 season, 21.5 points a game, 7.7 rebounds. He was 29 years old. Now, you'll see he's in the Sixers uniform here. But in actuality, I had to make some changes on him. So I tried to do the best I could with the face. You saw the face. I thought it was pretty decent. But in actuality, his best year was actually with the Chicago Bulls. He was 29 years old, so it was a little bit past what normally is, a guy's prime. But he's a Hall of Famer, so dig that. In case you're like, who in the world is Chet Walker? He's an actual Hall of Famer. And really good all-around small forward, 6'6", so he had decent size. So he's not going to be one of those guys who, if you try to play with him in my league or whatever, it's going to be like, you saying me he's a small forward, but he's 6'3". Because back in the day, the side guys weren't quite as big. But yeah, he was a good shooter, 47%, about 48% from the field this particular season, 85% from the free throw line. 2.5 assists, as you saw, averaged 21.5 points a game. He played about 35 minutes a game during that season. So he, obviously a very, very, you got to say a great player. He's in the Hall of Fame. So, I did everything, as much as I could. What you'll also see once I let this roster go, and you'll also see it a little bit later in some of the other guys that I created. When it comes to old school shoes, the only really old school pair of shoes that they really had on the game were these Chuck Taylors. So I kind of took it upon myself to start making some of the other old school shoes. So I made some low top Chucks because back in the day, a lot of guys wore low top Chucks. So I'm giving them some of the low top Chucks. Chet Walker actually did wear the high top Chucks in the pictures that I saw. So he has these shoes, but actually, no, I think I saw one we had low top Chucks. So I wanted to give him the low top Chucks. So I probably changed that. In the final one that you see, he'll have low top Chucks. See this face right here that's on the screen? I actually already changed this. The most recent one, updated one, was the one that was on the screen initially. So I didn't change any of the signature stuff. I thought this was as good as it was going to get based off of the limited stuff that I get an opportunity to see of his shot motion. That's the thing when it comes to you going back to like the 70s and the 60s and even before that, trying to get exactly right on point with some of these guys' signatures and stuff like that. The information, the media just isn't there for it. So got to do the best you can. My thing here was to try to make the faces as much as accurate as possible, and then also going with my little statistic scale to try to rate the players properly. That's not a 100% type of a situation every time either, because some things have to be made relative. So I did the best I could, on all of these guys. So I think Chet Walker came out pretty good. If you look at his overall rating, it's a 78. Now that might sound low for guys in the Hall of Fame, but this is, you got to take a lot of things into consideration, Bob Lanier is next. You might be saying, who in the world is Bob Lanier? But Bob Lanier is one of the best centers that ever played a game. He is also a Hall of Famer. This is modeled after the 73-74 season. Look at those numbers. 25 years old at the time, right? I'm not going to drag out the Bob Lanier section as long as I did the Chet Walker thing. I was kind of just for me to, kind of give a little bit more background, because it's been a minute since I did Ultimate Legends roster video. Won't be able to say that in the new year. But yeah, big time year for Bob Lanier. Had to put him on there. I picked this season because he averaged 3 blocks a game this season, which was the most blocks he ever averaged in a year. And so I was like, yeah, well, he was an absolute defensive anchor at that point. So we had to hit him off. If you look at the scoring, he shot 51% from the field that year. 50% from the field that year. 80% from the free throw line. He's an 87 overall. So he's doing his thug dizzle out here. He's doing it, right? Now this, who do you think this is supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be Vince Carter. But I did the best I could to upgrade it, so I changed it to this. You see, I got Vince Carter with a question mark because I know that this is not one of my best. I don't even know how to, some of this just isn't there to be able to be made. I spent a crazy amount of time trying to fix this. I can't make the nose too much shorter, so that's one of the biggest problems. So it is what it is. But this is the 2000-2001 Vince Carter, young Vince Carter, 27.6 points per game. Vinsanity was, people, I don't think, some of y'all, if you just start watching basketball the last 5 years or something, y'all don't really realize how good Vince Carter was when he was a Raptor. And even when he was with New Jersey, but more so with the Raptors, he was phenomenal. And I'm not just talking about being a great dunker and all that kind of stuff. It goes really beyond that. And I think a lot of people kind of like group him in a place where, he was just a dunker. Nah. This year that I took, 24-year-old Vince Carter, 5.5 rebounds a game. He's a shooting guard now. 3.9 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.1 blocks, 76% from the free throw line, 46% from the field, and 41% from three-point range, shooting 5 threes a game. And he played Jimmy Butler minutes, 39.7 minutes per game. What? Vince Carter was a straight-up beast. You understand me? An absolute beast. While it was, kind of difficult to try to get the face as close as possible, this was still one of my most favorite dudes to create. I can tell you this, while the face itself may not be, and I apologize for scrolling through these stats this quick. I wasn't actually trying to show y'all anything right here, so don't be put off by that. But this was one of the most fun dudes to create. I can tell you, on the floor, on the court, it plays like Vince Carter. It plays like that dominant Vince Carter. The reason why I don't show all the attributes or whatever, because 2K has a ridiculous amount of attributes. If I showed the attributes for everybody, I would only probably be able to put one player in every video because it would be that long. So, and that's kind of not the point of what I'm doing. I'm showing, you guys who I'm creating, who I'm adding to this roster, making this roster as quickly as I can now. Because I want to get it out here and I want to get it done, before the end of the season and that sort of thing. It's 150 guys to create. You get slots for. To be honest, actually, you can actually get more than 150 slots. I might actually even do a video showing people how you can do that, because you can get more than 150 slots. I just realized that. I don't know. I hope it doesn't make your roster file unstable or whatever, because you gotta watch what you're doing with 2K stuff. But I realized you can actually get more than 150, and because of that, I'm thinking about doing young versions of Kevin Garnett, young versions of Ray Allen, because originally a young Vince Carter wasn't on my list. Maybe a young Jermaine O'Neal and that kind of thing. So that's up in the air, but that's this episode of the Ultimate Legends. Look for another one tomorrow, and one after that, and the day after that, and we're gonna keep on going with it and keep it as consistent as we can. Y'all subscribe, leave a like, please. Peace.